Oh no.
Missing.
Greg?
Missing.
I thought this was a duet.
Missing.
Oh, so you're just gonna sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds.
Missing.
Can you hear me?
Missing. Oh, missing.
Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing storied career and do what we do best, which is make it all about us. You have nothing to say to that.
No,
huh?
I have.
Well, everyone, thanks for listening.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
I have a really important question, actually, for you. Do you think people think we're gay baiting?
Isn't gay baiting when you're you're straight pretending to be gay?
Yeah.
You think people think that we're straight pretending to be gay? Never in my life has anyone believably thought I was straight, other than maybe my parents and my sister, who were willfully just trying not to think about my sexuality.
Okay, well, that kind of hurts, because I thought maybe we could have passed. And I was just sort of wondering.
I think you could pass more than me, for sure.
You think?
Oh, 100%. You definitely have, you have less of a gay voice than me.
I think my voice is the dead giveaway. I actually think I have a not as gay appearing face. I think I can not necessarily be clocked if you're just looking at me.
Yeah.
I have like a sort of perma frown. I don't have that twinkle in my eye that some gays have.
I would say that if the two of us were on a street corner and people had to look and be like, are these two gay? They would look at me and they'd say, he's for sure gay. And then they would look at you and they would say, he's gay, but derogatory.
Totally. Okay. All right. I accept that. Yeah, no, because I'm just like online. I'm sort of like scrolling through TikTok. I'm on Instagram, and there are so many straight men out here. So many obviously straight men out here sort of just being like, I'm looking for a boyfriend. I like swinging their dicks around, calling themselves top and bottom. It's like, what?
I can't with that.
It is so wild to witness. It's like, I mean, it's not the same anymore, but I felt like when we were younger, like, we would do anything to not appear gay, not sound gay, not act gay, like not get clocked.
Yeah.
Because like straight guys couldn't handle it. And now they're out here on the internet pretending they're gay.
Is it to get more followers?
I think it might be rage content they're producing, but also I feel like they get followed by a lot of
rage content.
It's like when you just post something just to get like, oh, well, like you say something purposely wrong. Like the guy, have you ever seen the video where the guy is making this like dish and then he's like, and then you put tzatziki on it? He's like a chef.
Oh, and he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, and he says tzatziki.
My drag name.
Absolutely.
Please welcome to the stage, tzatziki.
That almost is your name coded, actually. You are. Tim Zintek is so tzatziki tzatziki.
It's so like hard to pronounce. You stumble on the words in your throat. You so much so that you have to stop saying the word and then you come back still trying to say the word. That is my drag name.
Totally. I thought you were going to say that's your regular name, and I was going to agree.
My regular name is more so like a pharmaceutical company.
Oh my God, that is so true.
Yeah.
Your real name looks so much more complicated than it is, which is actually such a beautiful thing about you. You're like, wait, it's just Zintek? Oh, okay.
It feels very much like, especially, it's like, unfortunately, like I wasn't feeling well. I went to the doctor and they put me on Zintek.
Yeah. So do you have a Dodd Mom sauce, Tim?
I do.
Dodd Mom sauce, of course, being doll of the day, mother of the moment, sister of the second, which is, of course, our famous segment where we talk about the person, place, or thing that we're currently super obsessed with.
I was sort of doing a shoulder shimmy as
You
you
were
were doing
dancing.
that. I could have actually helped you with the Dot Mom sauce, but I was too busy. I was living in the moment.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It sort of kept me going.
Yeah.
And actually, I feel like it made my explanation so sing-songy.
Oh, well, that's what we do here. We help each other out as co-hosts.
Yeah, we make beautiful music here on Miss Thing Pod.
Mine's more silent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two, if you can even believe.
Oh, okay.
But
Buckle
it's kind of
up.
Yeah.
Strap in.
Okay.
Strap on.
Well, my first one, this is like a full brag, but I'm so proud of myself, which is I just found out that my New Yorker article is coming out today. The day that we release this pod is the day that it will be out into the world. And so my first one is just the New Yorker for having the taste to like my writing and publish it. So Gennifer's and Inertias, if you like reading, go to New Yorker.
Yeah, and if you listen to us, you probably don't like to read, but in this case, we encourage you to go to the New Yorker.
Yeah, please go to the New Yorker's website. It is out in the Shouts and Murmurs section, and yeah.
Oh my God. And we have been sitting on this information on the podcast. I'm so proud of my sister. You know, I'm not proud of her often.
Yeah.
I am not proud of her
This is the
often.
only way I could make you proud. You said to me, you said, I am not proud of you, but if you get something published in the New Yorker, I will finally be proud of you. And so finally I have Greg's pride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, you know, the goalpost will move going forward. This is so
You're
exciting.
like, it's not a book.
Yes, and today, it is out today. Do we have a title?
We do. It's called Ways to Respond When You're Stressed and Someone Tells You Not to Stress.
Okay, I think we all could use that.
Exactly. And so
It
listeners...
is satirical.
It is very satirical. And that's all I'll say about it. You guys read it, have fun, but let me get into my real Dod Mom stuff.
Okay.
Which is this Saturday night, I went out partying because I'm a crazy partier. You were actually invited, but too cool for school. You had too many parties yourself to go to.
Yes, that is true. I did want to go. I was wearing a costume that was absolutely fugly.
What was your costume?
Oh, I will be posting
yourself?
it on the pod. Okay. I will. Interesting. No, you know this. I think I told you a long time ago. I was Nicole Kidman right after she signed the divorce papers from Tom Cruise. I did have to explain it to most people.
You were so that tweet. Keep going.
Which tweet?
The tweet that's like, gay people love to wear a costume that requires like a 2-minute explanation in a photo.
Yes, I hate gay Halloween. What do you mean you're Nicole Kidman after she's signed the divorce papers from Tom Cruise?
But the thing is, I think that's like the best Halloween costume I've heard in such a long time.
I would have to agree. Yeah. Honestly, it was like, I had the thought maybe like 6 months ago and I put it in my notes app and I remembered. Yeah, I killed that shit. That's going to be on the podcast. On our well,
honey,
we're discussing. Yeah. Where am I? No, we will post it on our Instagram and maybe even our TikTok.
Ooh, and maybe even on YouTube. Who knows?
Go follow us on
exactly on all of them
at Miss Thing the Pod.
Okay, so it's after 2 a.m. I am drunk. And all I want to do is go to bed. And I have to wake up early in the morning. So it's like I'm only going to get like 5 hours of sleep. All I want to do is use the restroom and then go to sleep. And I come home to find that the toilet is broken. And
She's been threatening for a while.
She has been threatening. And so I was literally beside myself. And I was like drunk. And I like just couldn't deal with it. So... And my immediate reaction was just like, great, I'm going to bed in pain. This is my life now. I will, like, there's nothing to be done, you know?
I'm so sickened to report that I thought, sink.
Yeah. A normal person would,
No, a normal person wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do not, no.
Yeah.
Do not endorse that behavior on our podcast. We are gross, but not that gross.
Yeah. Well, and I think though, I actually think yours is better because yours is actually like relieving yourself, and mine is like I'm just gonna suffer and be in pain and then like not sleep at all.
You know me. I can't say no to the bathroom. If I have to go, I gotta go.
Oh, that's normally me, but it was drunk Tim. And
Sure.
Then my dad mom sauce is actually Anthony, which is maybe gross to say your boyfriend is your dad mom sauce, but the reason is because then him also being drunk. Then I'm like brushing my teeth, like basically just like so annoyed and so tired. And then he whips out his phone and then just starts like Googling in his drunk stupor, like how to fix the toilet. And then spends like 10 minutes like not knowing what he's doing, but then fixes the toilet at like 3 a.m. at this point.
Whoa.
Can I tell you, I have a very serious question to ask you here on the pod today.
I hope I have an answer to it.
Is there anything sexier than your boyfriend fixing the toilet?
I gotta say, if your boyfriend's fixing something, if your man is fixing something, hell no. The toilet...
If the toilet is
it's not
broken,
screaming sex to me. It's not screaming sex to me, but...
if you
know.
have to go to the bathroom and you actually can't, and then your boyfriend can fix it, it's like, okay, I'm sorry, but like...
Let's get out of this bathroom and get into the bedroom.
A different room, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And so, anyways, you should have seen me at 3 a.m. in the sense of I've never been more grateful. I've never been more turned on. I've never been more happy with a person in my life.
That's beautiful.
Than when someone fixes a toilet. And I didn't realize that was my love language. When people say, like, what is your love language? I'm going to say, fix my bathroom fix my toilet at 3 a.m. when I'm drunk.
I think that's beautiful. I mean, kiss me gently after that happens.
Hit me
or during.
hard and soft. Really
it's very like it's like love blumpkin, you know. We can cut that. That's absolutely atrocious. I'm so sorry. Diva down me for saying blumpkin.
I will let the listener. There was no blumpkins being going on.
But it was Halloween season, you know. So it's like pumpkins.
Yeah, that's actually what I dressed up as.
As a blumpkin. The blumpkin. That's my jack-o'-lantern idea.
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah. Greg, do you have a godmom sauce?
You know what? I do. Whether you can believe it or not. So this...
Guess what? I believe it.
Oh, okay. Well, here we are. This last week, I woke up one morning and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a run today. You know, like I'm going to seize the day. I'm going to start it right. I'm going to go on a run. And when I'm back, I'm going to be ready to sort of tackle any challenges ahead of me. And I was a little apprehensive, you know, getting out the door. It took me a minute, just knowing that I was going to like go run.
Yeah. Oh, it would take me a full week.
Yeah, which I do love to do it when I'm doing it, but like just getting out the door, it's hard.
You like running while running.
I do like running.
You're one of those people. Okay.
It's weird. It's like I can do it. It took me a long time to get to that place, but I actually like, I don't know. I'm tall. I have long legs. Like I'm supposed to run like at some points in my life. Like I've boiled it down to like very infrequently. So I leave. I start, you know, like I get maybe 2 houses down. I feel a warm splat on my arm.
No.
A bird shit on my arm.
That's good luck.
That's what everyone says.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm choosing to see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I turned around. I did not end up running. It was good luck for me in the sense that
the bird was saving you from a run.
Yeah.
The bird was like, who are we kidding?
Right. So my mom sauce, of course, is that bird who decided to shit on me and bestow me with good luck, good fortune. Yeah. And yeah, you know,
show you the error of your ways.
Totally.
I have to tell you, I had a very similar experience happen this week to me. Only in the sense I was craving to do cardio. I never do cardio. I got to the gym and I was like, I'm sorry, I just need a long cardio moment. So I did the StairMaster for an hour.
An hour? No, that's psycho.
It is psycho.
The fact that I like a run is not as psycho as being on the Stairmaster for an hour.
Oh, wait, this is a very important question as well. My second important question of the day, which is, we have talked about this on the pod. We actually haven't done a butt update in a while. I'm going to ask you after this as my third important question.
The butt date.
Which is the butt date. Yeah. Weekend butt date.
Weekend blumpkin update.
No.
The blump date.
Listeners, do not take that away from this episode.
Okay. Right. Yeah, don't.
Don't. But you are welcome to dress up as blumpkins this holiday season.
What is it, like Michael D. Blumpkins? The Tom?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
It's like David S.
Blumpkin.
No, it's not Blumpkin.
Sorry.
My question is, okay, if you do the Stairmaster, does that actually make your butt bigger or smaller?
This is the eternal question. I went through a period of doing Stairmaster where I swear, I think, here's what I think. I think on the first day, your butt lifts.
It's bigger, okay.
It's bigger and it's up.
Mm-hmm.
Any subsequent day moving forward, you do the Stairmaster, it's diminishing returns. It completely whittles your butt away.
Well, that's what I think. It's it gives you a little more muscle, but then it's working it out too much. And so then you lose all the good fat.
Yes.
And when people are talking about you need to be eating good fats.
Okay, where are you going with this one?
They are talking about people's butts. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You got to be eating butts.
You got to be eating good fats, and you don't want to get.
I've been working on lifting a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
Squatting a little bit deeper. So I actually think I'm doing squatting a little bit deeper.
Yeah, well, that's actually the name of my first single.
Squatting a little bit deeper. Yeah. Squatting parentheses a little bit
deeper.
Yeah, no, unparentheses deeper.
So the real name is Squatting Deeper, but then the full name is Squatting
a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
That's the real name. But yeah, I've been going to yoga once a week, which is amazing, and it's usually that helps my butt and my abs.
And you're doing hot yoga. I already know this.
Yes, and my teacher does say, she has been saying, you're only at. Wait, what does she say? She says you're only as young as your spine is flexible, and your legs, your strong legs, the stronger your legs, the longer you'll live. Is what she says.
Okay, I'll live forever.
Yeah, you do have strong legs.
That's the only part of me that's strong is my legs. So great.
Should we take a break?
Yeah. We're back.
I like that.
I now know that you prefer We're, even though I like Welcome, but...
Well, I mean, maybe we'll switch it up for season 2.
Oh, okay.
Which will be in
5 years.
Yeah. Anyways, it's time for Miss Thing, our Miss Thing of the week. This is a huge one.
So how Greg's ultimate Miss Thing is Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah.
This is my ultimate Miss Thing. I'm honestly very nervous and anxious in the sense of she means so much to me that I want to do her justice because she is I know every week we talk about it, but this is when people associate me with a single Miss Thing, this is who they associate me with because I am obsessed. I grew up obsessed with her. Let's just say her name and then I'm going to go off.
Okay, I love it. I'm ready. Yeah. And by the way, I also love her.
I know you do.
But this is major. Okay, our Miss Thing of the week is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Buffy
the Vampire Slayer herself.
Yeah, I mean, completely eclipsed Christy Swanson.
Oh, yes. Which also, by the way, that was a great movie and people don't give it enough credit. But
no one gives... Hey, I loved the movie before I loved the show.
That's because you have taste.
Absolutely. A forgotten masterpiece. Hilary Swank. One of her greatest roles.
One of his best roles. Yeah. Okay. Sarah Michelle Gellar. She is, to me, she can do comedy. She can do action. She can do drama. She can do horror. There is nothing this
can't do.
woman can't do.
Yeah, she can do editorial. She can do a
Yes.
Got Milk ad like you've never seen.
She is imprinted in my childhood. I can't even say childhood.
Yeah.
In my bedroom growing up, I had one wall dedicated to Britney Spears, which we've talked about, but the other one, which is even bigger, was completely dedicated to, I want to say conservatively, like 1,000. That was like a mosaic what is it called? Collage. That's the word.
Yes.
Collage of just Sarah Michelle Gellar. I was obsessed with her. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is the reason why I'm a TV writer. I was obsessed with that show, and the reason why I was obsessed with it is because of how good Sarah Michelle Gellar is in that show.
I don't think... look, Buffy has gone on to be an incredibly culturally relevant show. It always was.
Yeah.
But I think like people understand just how intelligent it was.
Yeah.
They've come to learn. I mean, they teach Buffy classes in colleges.
College, there was 4 classes on Buffy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, at Emerson. Mm-hmm.
4?
I didn't take them because everyone told me that they were very serious and that they were like hard on the papers, and I just didn't want that to taint my experience of Buffy as like getting bad papers back on a show that's my favorite show of all time. You know? So I was like, not for me.
Yeah. But what people, I think, people sort of fail to acknowledge or understand about Sarah Michelle Gellar is like how much nuance she brought to that performance and how much skill she brought to the performance. Like I don't think people like understand the physical requirements for that role as well. And in addition to being like so funny, Buffy is like a hilarious comedy. It's so like it's talking about like what's going on like deeply at the time, and then it's like an action show where she's killing vampires.
And it's also so sad. It's like she walks this tightrope that makes it look so easy what she did in that performance, and that it is so comedic but also so dramatic, and also like it could have been this kind of very arch like action piece, and it's like she brings so much pathos to it in a way that she was nominated for a Golden Globe for the performance, but she should have been nominated all 7 seasons for Best Actress in a Drama for that. And on top of just Buffy, there is Buffy, but she doesn't even really need other performances because that is like going to go down in the pantheon of greatest performances as just that 7 seasons on that show.
Right.
But she also has Cruel Intentions.
Cruel Intentions. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Scream 2.
Oh, Theta Beta Zeta. Theta Beta Zeta.
So she has
Scooby-Doo. Where they had her doing her fighting.
Yes.
Her Buffy fighting.
She had The Grudge.
Oh my God, for The Grudge, I forgot about that.
And something that Greg is currently pissed about me for, which is I noticed this off pod and he was upset that we were not filming. But he is wearing a Simply Irresistible t-shirt, which is a forgotten gem in this woman's incredible career.
Yeah, one of the lesser known films. And by the way, when I was presenting this, my chest did pop, and I'm not sure if you heard that. It was deep. But yeah, a Simply Irresistible t-shirt that I bought in Atlanta at a thrift store.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they had. Because no one understands that it's a movie starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's a close sort of a knockoff, some may say, of like Water for Chocolate.
I was going to say Chocolat. I never saw that movie, and I would assume that that's the premise of Chocolat. Have you
I've seen like half of it.
Yeah. I don't like eclairs, but what that movie does for eclairs is the National Board of Eclairs should write that movie a thank you letter because it is just a walking billboard for how good an eclair can look.
Eclair. I did not know this about you, that you didn't like eclairs. That's like the one dessert that I'm like, no thanks.
Well, are we gonna bond right now?
I'm like,
for the first time ever.
It's like I'm just meeting you.
Yeah.
Wait, no, so many people like eclairs, and I'm like, what? What do you like about it? Tell me.
Well, to me, it's very similar. And I think the bond is about to break. It's how I feel also about churros.
I don't care for churros that much either.
These are two examples of things that look and smell good, but then don't do anything for me taste-wise.
Oh, see, I don't think eclairs even smell good.
Yeah, I was actually talking about churros.
Yeah, churros smell incredible, and I will always have a bite. I'll have a bite.
There's nothing I love more than someone else buying a churro because it's a win-win for me. You get to eat it, I get to smell it.
Totally offering a bite. Anyway, so wow. Okay, I feel very connected to you right now. And Sarah Michelle Gellar, famously just one of the three named celebrities. One of the iconic three named celebrities. Married to another one, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes.
We got Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
We've got Sarah Jessica Parker.
Rachel Lee Cook.
Neil Patrick Harris.
James Earl Jones.
And I'm out.
And they're all very similar.
Yeah, it's all. I think that also there was a wave where now that doesn't really happen anymore. Is there any young three named people?
Beats me, Anya Taylor-Joy. But that's more of like that's a hyphen situation. No hyphen, three names.
Yes.
I did. For those of you watching, I did put two fingers up.
I was not going to point that out to my dear sister.
Yeah, but I do need to point that out because I am suddenly very aware of the camera. Which Sarah Michelle is always aware of the camera.
I cannot wait any longer to talk about Sarah Michelle Gellar. For me, it's hard to. This is a rare example where it's like there's too many stories to think of for this woman because she is like. I can't, so I'm going to do, this is just a quick aside, which is not actually a story, which is, I was so obsessed with her that my first screen name was SMG Guy, and I thought it would be tacky to have two G's back to back, so I only did the one, and so, but the SMG were capitalized, and the UI was lowercase, and so I was literally just like SM guy, basically. And so I entered an interesting chat room at a certain point that I was too young to know why people were asking about my kinks, and I did not know that I was in an S&M chat room.
You didn't know one day you'd be talking about blumpkins on a podcast.
Yes, I know. and I believe that the person on the other side of that room in that chat was Greg Trimmer or whatever your screen name was.
I'm like, so Blumpkin, you're into blumpkins. You're into blumpkins?
It was literally like Blumpkin, like Mountainside, New Jersey, 345.
Mine was SMLGBT guy.
Okay, always has to one-up me. Yeah.
69.
Yeah. What Sarah Michelle Gellar makes me think of is when I went from junior high to freshman in high school, I actually like switched high schools where I didn't go to like my local high school. I like went to the town over's high school.
Been there. Same thing happened.
So everyone through like who was in my 8th grade class who I grew up with, like all went to Bennett. And then I didn't want to go to Bennett. I was kind of like, I want a fresh change of pace. I want something new. I'm going to go to St. Francis. So I convinced my parents to like let me go to the town over, which was not close, to go to St. Francis. So the only downside in that plan was I then had like 0 friends when I was entering high school. I had like 1 friend and then like no one else really. And
right.
So,
St. Francis, he's a CC. It's a little Catholic joke.
Yeah. I'm not CCing any friends in this high school. And so the first couple weeks of school, I'm like, okay, I don't have any friends. Like, I'm a total loser. Yeah. And the one friend that I have, we're in biology class one day. And I'm like, how do we get more friends? And she was like, don't lump me into this. Like, I have friends. I was like, well, I need friends. And she's like, well, we should like throw a party and drink. And I was like, well, I don't need alcohol to have fun. So like, what's wrong with you? I feel sad for you.
Even though I've definitely had it.
Oh, constantly. No, I was that like, I've had it in the sense of I've tasted the blood of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
But other than that, I was that girl where I was like, I don't need alcohol to have fun. And so then I was like,
you were saved in one way, but not, you couldn't be saved socially.
I was like saved in the bad way. Yeah.
Right.
And so then, we're talking in biology class. The teacher like has to leave the room for some reason, so that we're just like waiting for the teacher to come back. And I was like, wait a minute, I have a brilliant idea. The Grudge, Sarah Michelle Gellar's pièce de résistance one of her horror films. I was about to say Pièce de Resistance horror films, but she has so many that I can't pick what is the best.
Of course.
Horror film of hers.
Helen Shivers. I mean, come on.
Yes, exactly. I can't. So I was like, this is about to come out on Friday. And so I was like, oh my God, I have a brilliant idea. I stand up in the class and it goes, hey everyone, like some friends of mine and me are going to see The Grudge, 7 p.m. Friday at AMC Cantera. Like, come if you want to have a good time.
Being so like...
Yeah, so like come if you want or whatever. And then I expect like cheers, like everyone to just be like, we're there, yeah, great. To, instead just utter silence. I like very awkwardly sit back down, talk to my friend, and she was like, yeah, I don't know if anyone's gonna come to that. I was like, well, you're gonna come. And she was like, I'm actually gonna be like drinking it at a party. So like you're on your own, kid.
Having that party I was just talking to you about, but you're no longer invited.
I also just did a Taylor Swift reference right there to you, but I knew you wouldn't get it.
Went right. Yeah. Actually, not over my head, went through me.
Yeah. Well, blowing past that, so then it cuts to Friday, 7 p.m. I have convinced someone who I'm only like tangentially close to, because my one friend is busy, to go to see The Grudge with me. I walk into the theater to find, to my surprise, it is filled, completely sold out, with other St. Francis people. They literally, like, word of mouth, like, spread, and they're all like, oh, like, The Grudge at 7 p.m., AMC Cantera. Every single, like, that was in completely my class, and I was the person who did it. I was like, oh my God, am I the world's first influencer? And so I sit down, I'm like literally on cloud 9. At one point, this really popular girl like walks by, and she was like, is this you? Are you the person who organized this? And I like very proudly like nodded, and she was like, cool. And she like kept walking.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh my God, like I'm kind of like the king of this school.
Yeah.
And so
you are the Charlie D'Amelio's of the school obviously before she was even born.
So then cut to, it's Monday morning. I'm walking in, head held high, I can't say it. Through the school, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm the coolest person here. And I'm like, I have so many friends. These two popular boys like walk up to me and they're like, hey, are you the Grudge Boy? And I was like, yeah, I guess I am. I guess I'm the Grudge Boy. And they were like, I actually wouldn't proudly admit that. Like, and then they're like, okay, well, whatever. Do you want to, they're like, we're throwing like a party at our place. It's like, do you want to come? And I was just like, well, I don't really drink. So
he's just completely kneecapping yourself at every opportunity.
I fully kneecapped myself. And so then they're like, okay, like, see you later, Grudge Boy. And then, like, for the rest of, like, that year, I was, like, known as the Grudge Boy.
Oh,
and I, like, completely ruined my opportunity, like, to be popular. The good news is, like, I did find, like, a small group of people where we would, like, go see horror films together. Like, that was the thing. Like, we saw, like, all the Saws. But could I have been more popular if I, just actually drank? Yes.
Yeah, well, sounds like your classmates were holding a grudge against you. And for good reason.
Anyways.
Okay,
Greg, please. I have rambled and rambled and rambled.
Not true.
How do you make Sarah Michelle Gellar, my queen, all about you?
Well, it's so funny that it's crazy that. I guess it's the Lisa Kudrow thing too. Like, obviously, you love her so much too. It's like Sarah Michelle Gellar to me was the big one when I was younger. She was my beard. She was my. She was crush.
Mine. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like she was my. Like safe place. Like I could turn and be like, she's my crush. And I genuinely, by the way, like I was not attracted to girls. Yeah. Like, but I felt like Sarah Michelle Gellar was always the one that like I could be attracted to. Like she and I would get married one day and then I like would be straight.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is every single gay man's beard from like, and if you were of a certain age between like 1997 and 2003, that Sarah Michelle Gellar is your beard.
Exactly. Like you could say she was hot and mean it.
Oh,
like where I think so many women are beautiful and attractive, I genuinely was like, okay, I could marry this one, and then I could be straight, and I could like never have to worry about being gay again.
I fully there was not like, if I took a lie detector test, I would have been like, oh, I am 100% attracted to Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Exactly. So this is how I make her all about me. Like, she was my beard growing up, and I was always convinced that one day I would meet Sarah Michelle Gellar and woo her, and I'd be home free. I've said it already. So when I was in college, I worked in actually right after college, I worked in a restaurant. I worked in a Vietnamese restaurant in Tribeca. It was such an expensive restaurant, but it was considered like a hole in the wall, like for the area. It was in Tribeca, like people. It wasn't like a fancy place, but
how was your hair? Was this pre or post head shave?
Oh, this was pre.
Okay,
pre head shave. This was my first restaurant job, like right out of school, because I went to college and immediately started working at a restaurant, which best money I ever made.
I'm not liking where this story is going. I keep going though.
So I mean, at this point, I had come out. Okay. I had. But, I was always willing to go back in the closet, for the right person. So here I am. It's a super, super busy Saturday night. And the way that restaurant worked, there were always like two of us, maybe three, who were doing everything. We were like hosting. We were waiting the tables. We were busting the tables. We were doing it all.
So you're like cooking all the food.
Yeah, I was also cooking as well. No, so one Saturday night, it is so busy. And I am at the back of the restaurant, like helping some table. I turn around and I see two people at the front.
No.
One is like the smallest woman I've ever seen. And I've seen an Olsen twin. So that, I've seen small women before.
Doesn't get much smaller. Yeah.
Right. So I see a small woman and like a tall guy, and I'm like, whoa, that looks like a really attractive couple. Whatever. It's downtown New York. Like there's lots of beautiful people. So I sort of like not paying attention. I turn around, I walk towards them, and I am just like, wait a second. Oh my God. 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 As I get closer. It's Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Have you told me this story before? I don't think you have.
I may have.
I don't like you. I'm so jealous.
Hey, likability is not my strong suit. So, no, and of course I'm like, holy shit. Well, I've told you about Neve Campbell once when I absolutely snubbed her. Mm-hmm. But I was like, holy shit. Two, like as I got up to them, they're like, yeah, and I think they're just being like casual. They're like, let's not make this a big deal.
Is she like trying to be incognito at all or no?
No, but like you can walk around New York and people will look, obviously, but no one will really bother you. And I was determined to like play it cool. So I took them to their table and I am freaking out.
Yeah.
I start freaking.
I'm literally nervous right now. That's how I'm like, I can't even imagine what I would do.
Like now I might have to like go talk to them, go take their order. Like Sarah Michelle Gellar to me was like
everything.
Yes, she was my everything. Like, and she was the hot babe who I was going to marry, obviously. So here I am.
You get down on your knee.
Well, exactly. It's like, this is my last chance to like marry Sarah Michelle Gellar and, finally live my dream of being straight.
No one would fall. You know how some guys, like gay guys who are clearly gay and they marry someone and you feel like, oh, like it's so sad for them that they like, and like if you clearly a gay man married Sarah Michelle Gellar, everyone would just be jealous and like, I get it.
I'd be president of the United States.
And no one would be like, oh, he's like so sad that he doesn't realize he's gay. Everyone would be like, I would also like stay in the closet for Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Of course. But also it's like, holy shit, like this is my one opportunity to like talk to Sarah Michelle Gellar. I love her so much. And not to mention Freddie Prinze Jr. Hello. So they were sitting there. I'm standing there. I'm staring. I'm like, what do I do? And then I turned to my coworker and I'm like, I can't. I actually can't. I chickened out. It was like going to be too loaded for me. And, they ate, like they were there. I spent my night in their presence, and then they left, and I thought, okay, well, she was there. I've probably lost my chance. I'll probably never meet her again, but at least like I'll have like been in the same place as her. Cut to a few years after that.
You're back working at the Vietnamese.
I mean, I haven't left Hollywood yet.
Yeah.
But no, I'm seeing Waitress at the Pantages. Waitress.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine. So my friend from college, one of my best friends, I lived with him, was in it. So I had never seen the show before. It's a really, really great show, by the way, if you've never seen it. But I
love it. I've seen it, and I love it.
Oh, yes, you did see. Mm-hmm. So I went backstage to see my friend, and he took us onto like the actual stage to sort of see the set. And it was just us and the girl who played the waitress and one other person. That person turns around.
No, Greg.
It's Sarah Michelle Gellar. And she approaches
You definitely have not told me this.
Oh, I don't think I have told you this one. And she approaches my friend, was like, you were so great in the show. And he like, he's like, oh, well, this is my friend Greg. And she goes, hi, I'm Sarah Michelle. And
she says Sarah Michelle.
Yes. Oh. I know. That's my favorite part. She introduces herself as Sarah Michelle, not just Sarah. Yeah. She commits to the bit.
That is such wish fulfillment. I would be so disappointed if it was just Sarah.
Exactly. And then I just think the beauty of this story, it's not like so funny, but like the payoff, it's just like the 360 moment of me properly meeting Sarah Michelle Gellar on the set of the show Waitress.
As you,
when I
was a waiter,
missed my opportunity to wait on her. And it's just like, you know what, kids? If you have a fake beard out there that you hope one day you are going to meet and marry, don't lose hope, because it will all happen in divine timing.
I think I've said in the past that I'm so jealous, but I've literally never been more jealous. I don't even know what I would do in that situation. I would just turn to dust.
Yes.
Stake me in the heart.
Exactly. Stake you in the heart, turn you to dust. Yeah. By the way, question, who would your beard be if you were, I mean, granted, if it was like not okay to be gay now, which it is, and it's a beautiful thing, but who would your beard be now?
So in this world, is it, because I'm like still want to say Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like, are you saying
if you were like a kid, like who of like the newbies would it be? Like I'm like trying to think of who it would be.
Zendaya.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's
like because I think I would really just love the fashion, but then I would more so just be like, God, she's so hot.
Zendaya's a really good one.
Yeah. So Sarah Michelle Gellar is my ultimate Miss thing, and because she imprinted on me as a kid, and so this made me think of, okay, who are our Miss things? Miss thing. So I am going to give you a list of. I'm going to say a celebrity's name, and then you have to guess who you think, or if you know, who their Miss thing was as a kid.
Ooh, I love this. I love this.
Okay, so the first one is, who is Billie Eilish's Miss thing?
In terms of fashion, I want to say Missy Elliott.
Cardi B.
Fran Fine.
I mean,
the nanny.
There's no one bigger or better than Fran Fine.
Try and tell me,
but Fran Fine.
Yeah, not Fran Drescher. No, she doesn't even know who Fran Drescher is.
Honestly, in the way that people say that you, and by people I mean me, like you have adopted Lisa Kudrow or Valerie Cherish, I think I've adopted Fran Fine as my cadence and how I speak.
Yeah, vocally. Yeah, vocally. You are so Fran Fine.
So this podcast is Fran Fine and Valerie Cherish.
Of course. The ultimate fashionista too.
What is it? The Beauty and the
Beautician and the Beast. Incredible film.
Okay, missing movie night. Beautician and the Beast.
We need to. I've actually never seen it.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen it. I've always wanted to.
It's so fucking good, Greg.
Oh, okay. I can't wait. So obviously Cardi B's
Is Fran Fine.
Fran Fine. Okay.
Yeah. Ariana Grande.
I name dropped her earlier. Mary-Kate Olsen.
Definitely fashion.
Size queen.
Beyonce.
Herself.
Taylor Swift.
Rascal Flatts.
God bless the open road.
I believe it's the broken road.
Oh, the broken.
That led me straight to the
you.
Eras tour.
Yes.
to us. God bless the broken road that led us straight to Miss Thing Pod.
Oh my gosh. Rascal Flats, we salute you.
Right.
And with that, should we take a break?
Let's do that. Welcome back.
How dare you?
I kind of wanted to be a little... Turn the table. A little feisty little minx. It's time, of course, for Diva Down, which is our segment where we give unsolicited advice to a person, place, or thing that needs it most, despite not asking.
Yeah. They never ask for it, and yet we give it. We dish it.
And they do not want it. And this person probably really doesn't want us to hear from us again. But our Diva Down this week is, of course, Halsey.
And specifically, she keeps posting. I think she's been doing it like every day of October.
Yeah, her The Great Impersonator album rollout, which by the time of release will be out and are
hopefully done.
Yeah.
And this is, so for those who don't know, she has been posting an image of her as another famous musician, like every day of the week for, I want to say 25 days now.
It has been exhausting, endless.
Yes.
And I'm not sure who's paying Popgrave to release this.
I think I just said every day of the week, but I meant every day of the month. But enough. I just can't see another photo of her impersonating another person, especially because with all the love in my heart, I don't necessarily think that they are good impersonations.
I completely agree. The Britney Spears one is just not even remotely near.
And some of them are like offensive. I can't tell. Was the Aaliyah one real, or was that someone like doing a?
I don't know, but now we've like reached the internet is taking their turn at it, and I think some of them are really funny. Mm-hmm. Like I saw one where like she's being Kim Richards in Amsterdam, and it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The Fiona Apple one, she looks. I'm sorry, like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it is not good, and so my original advice. But I honestly, like, live on pod, I'm changing my advice. But just as my advice, I'm going to suggest something crazy that you're about to get mad at me for. I think that she should never stop. I think literally every day until the rest of time, she should release a new photo of her impersonating someone. And it just, at a certain point, it just like, when people think of the word impersonator, it's now named Halsey.
Halsey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, who are you gonna Halsey this Halloween? And that is the ultimate marketing. And it's like that thing where it's like you do something for so long and it stops being funny, and then when you keep doing it, it then all of a sudden comes back around and is funny again because you just haven't stopped.
Yeah, it becomes comfortable.
Yes.
It becomes just habit.
And I know that you're Greg. For
a
the people,
complete 180. I am just
for
shocked.
the people who are just listening, Greg's mouth has never been more open in his life.
Well,
agape.
It's just. I mean, I'm gonna need some advice as how to handle this. I'm shocked, but I'm never surprised. I accept and I honor what my co-host has to say. I'm still in a place of stop. I'm going to remain firmly in the stop category. My question is, and again, the album will have been released at this point. We will have not have listened to it by this point. But it's like, what is it? What's the concept? Because albums are not even a visual medium, unless you're Beyonce, unless you're releasing a full album. Maybe do like an impersonations album, like where you're like singing like other people.
I think that's what it is.
Oh, you think?
Because she did release a song that sampled Lucky for Britney.
Oh, see, well, I have not heard any of it.
So she samples Lucky and then kind of dresses like Lucky. So the music video for that. So I would be shocked, and I don't understand at all. I'm assuming each song is like an homage to a different female singer.
Okay, so this is a little more interesting to me, but I am going to need, Halsey, this is my advice. I'm going to need you to prove that you can sing with regular vowels and regular consonants. You can sing in someone else's style, but I'm going to need you to prove those two things to me, that you can enunciate like a real singer, and then I think we're going to get somewhere.
Anyways, I think we've had enough, Halsey, you know?
Yeah. After that last month, I think we need a little breather.
Yeah.
We need a little breather for our eyes.
Gennifer's, Inertias. Don't forget, like always, like, subscribe, put up a comment. Not put up a comment.
Leave a comment on our YouTube, on definitely on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars.
Yes.
Leave a really nice comment. That's really helpful. I mean, we don't need to tell this to Cynthia, obviously, because Cynthia is...
Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Hope your schedule is sort of holding together with Wicked coming. We cannot wait. And thank you, of course, for being our number one fan.
Yes, for all of your love and support.
Yes.
Girlies, we love you.
We love you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zintek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zines.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zintek on all social media.
BONK.